Hi, I'm Tisha.
I'm Loren.
And this is the Open Booked Podcast. Today we are talking about the X Hex, and I don't have it pulled up. Who is the author
Erin
of that?
Sterling.
Yes.
Funny story. It is Rachel Hawkins' pen name, and I did not know that till I was today years old. Yeah. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I purposely didn't tell you before this because I wanted a real reaction.
Yeah, because that's hilarious because I love Rachel Hawkins, and I don't know, this was hot take.
Oh,
The X Hex was a little...
Okay, I can't wait.
It was a little too sweet and like cutesy for me. After Rachel Hawkins is like a more like suspense or thriller, like I don't know. That's weird.
Did she write that? Oh no, that was Christina Lauren.
The Wife Upstairs.
Oh, Verity 3.0. Oh, okay. I'm trying to think of what else I've read by her. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Every day I have to pull something off my bookshelf. I can't find anything, but I knew the name, so that's where I knew it from. Okay, I definitely have read that one. Okay.
She also wrote The Villa.
Oh.
And Reckless Girls.
I know I have something on my shelf that is Reckless Girls.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I don't.
Yeah, I really liked that one too, except for the ending. And then The Heiress, which I have not read, but it's on my TBR.
Maybe I've just seen these on Book Talk and stuff so much that
maybe
I'm like, oh, that's where I know I've seen that. Okay.
Which I could have also made the connection because she wrote a book called Hex Hall.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's kind of, yeah. Adding that to my TBR too.
Learn something new every day. There is a second to the X Hex, which I did not realize until after. Yeah. That being said, we'll get into what we're reading because I'm currently reading the second to the X Hex. I think it's called The Kiss Curse.
Yeah.
And it is also on Everand. I should probably finish it today afternoon when I'm, making candles.
Yeah.
The Kiss Curse. I was right. Okay. What are you reading?
I'm still trying to get into the Third Crescent City. I've started it, but then got sidetracked and tried to finish other audiobooks quickly just because I started to get behind on my reading challenge, and then I was panicked, and then I was okay, let me finish these really quick. And yeah, so Crescent City, the third one, and then I'll read the next one in the X Hex.
It's really fast.
And then I don't know what am I reading right now? Well, let me get out of my book on Kindle. Virgin Sacrifice.
Okay, so we're sticking with the spooky theme.
Yeah, it's the first in the Dead Girls Club by L.M. Ramirez. I got the second one as an ARC, so I'm trying to hurry up and finish this one before the ARC review is due, Thursday.
Oh!
Yeah.
Casual.
Yeah.
But, in other news, I cannot get that Milli Vanilli or whatever song. Milli
Vanilli?
Blame it on the rain. From the Menendez Brothers show.
Yes.
Oh my god. My entire TikTok is, what's his face? Nicholas Alexander Chavez, is that his name? Who plays Lyle Menendez?
Yeah,
it's him singing that song.
Okay.
That is half of my TikTok. Have you watched the show on Netflix, The Monsters, yet?
Not yet, because we started to watch something and it didn't come out until the next day. So I was well, shit, I haven't had time.
So I watched the first episode. I saw all of these, which honestly, this is Ryan Murphy, American Horror Story, the guy for spooky shit like this, okay? This is a second season to Dahmer. If you remember Dahmer a few years ago, it's in the same format where they have the actors come and act out what's going on, and they try to make it as true as possible.
Okay.
But this show has created a ton of controversy because they took a lot of creative liberty, which I'm assuming happens in any adaptation, just like in the books.
100%.
Like,
Yeah.
it happens. But the brothers are speaking out from jail. They've been in jail for like 30 years
time.
at this
Yeah.
point, 30 something years.
Yeah.
And they're speaking out, and they're like, a lot of things that made people think that they did it for money. So the biggest debate right now in the whole world, and their case is getting reopened, like, because of this show. So the biggest debate is, did they do it for money because their dad was super rich, or did they do it for because they were abused? And let's be real, it was the early 90s. At this time, they thought men could not be raped. Sorry if I said a word that's going to get us canceled. Could not be sexually assaulted. They could not be abused like that. People had it in their heads that you couldn't take advantage of teenage boys, pretty much is this case.
Yeah.
Which we obviously know today is bullshit.
Absolutely not the case, yeah.
So they weren't everyone was just like, these boys killed for money, for the money, for the inheritance, but the show plays it out. They thought they were disinherited. Like, that's truth. They thought they were disinherited because they did some, like, privileged rich boy shit, okay? They, like, did some sort of robbery, arson, I don't know the whole truth. And their dad was like, you have everything you could want, like, you are both spoiled, I'm taking you both out of my will for this. So they thought, for even a while after, because he had hid his will, that they were disinherited. So to me, that kind of discredits that theory. They thought they weren't getting any money. So if they were doing it for money, the show plays it like they're trying to hide the will, and like he played a stupid song at the funeral and all this, and Lyle, the older brother, has come out and is like, this shit's not true. And so Netflix is doing another documentary coming out like tomorrow that is based on the actual court stuff, and it's not like a Creative Freedom TV show. It's like an actual documentary.
Okay. Maybe that's what I was thinking didn't come out until later then, because it's the 8th, right? Or the 7th?
7th or 8th. That's Netflix's version. They're both on Netflix, by the way. This is like Monsters Season 2, and it's about the two brothers. So, anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, a little backstory on the case. 1989, 90, something like that. Two brothers bought shotguns, went to their parents' house, set up alibis. It was very planned, I will say that. Killed their parents, and then went to some Taste of LA thing as their alibi, and made it try to look like a mob or mafia hit, because his dad was like really influential, wealthy businessman. And it's coming back up because they did a controversial show on it, and the case is getting reopened because they claimed one of the younger brother was sexually assaulted by his dad, and no one believed him. So they claimed that was the reason. And if you look, all the people, I'm not interested to watch the actual documentary, but based on the show, there's several sources that were very close to the family that were like backing that were like, yeah, like he would be in the room with him and you couldn't go in, like you couldn't go in after he left, like they stayed in like just things like that. And I'm like, okay, why were we not flagging this in the 80s? I'm sorry, these poor, like, if that's true, this is fucking terrible. They deserve it. Like, Gypsy Rose is out? Come on.
Well, you saw Kim visited the Menendez brothers in prison recently.
She's trying to get them out. Yeah, she posted yesterday trying to get them out. They've served enough time.
Yeah, so she's all about the, what did she call it? Judicial reform. About, like, inconsistencies between, like, sentencing and charges and all of the things, which I get, like, you know, when it's somebody so disgustingly evil like Diddy, they're gonna throw the book at them. They want to charge them with anything they can and see what sticks based on evidence. So I get that, but also, like, there needs to be consistency between all of the things, and everything can be called something else. Like, premeditated murder is also like something manslaughter. Like, it's all different terminology based on your state and jurisdiction, and it's just weird. And
it's also based on the judge's discretion at the time, which is where a lot of it gets open to interpretation. Because the judge
because half of them are bought off, as we saw in Knock 'Em Out 3.
Yep. Oh yeah, for sure. Taking it back to last week. Yeah.
But I looked it up because I was like, I wonder if Kim got involved, because maybe her dad, I mean, who used to be a lawyer, Rob Kardashian, was somehow involved. He wasn't, unfortunately. But I looked it up. Leslie Abramson was the criminal defense attorney for the Menendez brothers. Her birthday is today, October 6th.
Oh, wow.
She is 81.
She also, they were friends with OJ. Just a little side note. Their dad was friends with OJ as a businessman. Yeah, and they ended up getting their attorney. They were in the same jail. And Lyle, like, there's photos of them as boys with OJ. And Lyle was like, hey, you need a new attorney. Which I'm like, I thought her dad represented OJ. Kim Kardashian's dad, right?
Yeah, he did.
Okay,
yeah, that's
so
what.
They ended up switching to her. OJ did. Or used her for something like maybe a secondary or something. Because of the Menendez brothers. I was like, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So crazy. And apparently the judge that oversaw it, he's still alive. Yeah, he gave them life without the possibility of parole.
Yeah.
And he specifically said the abuse excuse argument could not be used because that's what they said. They were abused. And he's like, we're not going to allow that to be your, like, reason for killing your parents. Sorry.
Which is horse. There was even, like, the older brother never said he was sexually abused, but there's, like, public instances where the dad has gone off in front of people and they were like, oh my God, this guy is nuts. Like, there was a tennis match. He stormed in the middle of the tennis match, lost it, fired the coach in front of everyone, and, like, took his son because his son sucked and just ate him up. And I'm like, and this isn't evidence for abuse. If he's doing that in public, what's he doing in private? Like, it's 10 times worse.
If they are that bold in public, they will do anything in private.
Yep.
And I think, obviously this was so long ago, but we've seen in the last 30 years that abuse like this in your childhood creates these monsters like them, like Dahmer, like John Wayne Gacy, like all of them.
Yeah. No, for sure. For sure. Yeah, we'll probably talk about it again in a couple weeks as things progress, but at this time it looks like they are reopening or reinvestigating or appealing again or something. Now, obviously, double jeopardy is a thing, and they can't be tried for the same crime twice, but maybe since they've served, they could do an appeal and get the sentence lightened or something that will allow them to. So
like time served.
Time served, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think that's what they're going for, by my understanding, and Kim is definitely backing them, and I think a lot of other people. So we'll keep you guys posted, and the new documentary, maybe we'll learn some new stuff. But yeah, it's definitely really trending right now, especially because they got some good-looking actors to play the brothers. So Book Talk is loving the brothers. Kind of weird. Like, you'll see when you watch it, like, their relationship with each other is kind of weird. Like, Jesse and I we were watching, like, I think maybe this was in the second episode, we were like, what? Are they, like, shower in the same, like, it's weird. Yeah,
I saw some of the previews and I was like, this is a little fucked up.
But,
the kids aren't around.
Yeah, and I'm thinking it's, the more I'm thinking, I think they did that on purpose because they probably bonded together. It probably wasn't sexual at all. But if they were in that environment, like, they really heavily relied on each other. Like, and it was normal to them. I don't know. It just trying to go in with an open mind, considering that they were possibly abused for most of their lives. So.
Yeah, that's similar to even Jeanette McCurdy in her book. Like, her mom was still bathing her, like, in the shower when she was, like, 11, 12. And like, she didn't know better. So it's like you just create these bonds unknowingly, and you don't know because you don't know what's happening in other houses. You don't know what's not normal and how fucking weird it is.
Yeah. No, for sure. And then by the time you figure it out, it's too late. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is weird.
Probably talking to a therapist, and you're just telling, an average Tuesday, and they're like, you realize that's trauma, right? Like, that's traumatizing.
Oh yeah, and the therapist is big involved in the Menendez brothers. We'll talk about it after you watch it. But like one of them confesses to his therapist, and then the therapist's like, "Shit, they're gonna kill me." Like it's insane.
So I wonder if Kim is going to be in the new Netflix documentary, because she was in Gypsy Roses after she visited her in prison before her release.
Maybe. We'll see tomorrow.
Yeah.
It'll be out. If she is, we'll see memes and shit about it, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
In other breaking news, a little huge Diddy update. We knew there was tons of victims. We knew there was a lot. But there is an attorney in Texas, something Busby, and he is taking the bull by the horns, as they would say in Texas, and representing victims. And as of right now, there is 120 and counting. They had thousands of inquiries and have narrowed it down to 120. I'm assuming they're vetting them and getting evidence. Yeah. And if they have evidence, they're adding them to the list. If they don't, then they don't. Because I'm sure some of them are bullshit, just to be honest.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And he has said the lawsuit is going to name many other household name celebrities.
Yes.
Banks, pharmaceutical companies, hotels, big businesses. Said it will shock you.
Yeah, CEOs.
Yes.
A whole bunch of stuff. It's Tony Busby, and I watched his little press conference. He's like, if you had anything to do with it, you should be scared. He's
even
like,
if you were complicit.
Yeah. He's like, even if you weren't actively involved, but you helped cover it up, or you helped just keep it a secret, or you turned a blind eye, you better be scared, because it is all coming out. He said, we've got 60 males and 60 females. He's like, we've kind of divided it evenly. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, you guys. Like, it's about to hit the fan, and everyone should be scared. I was like, fuck yeah, finally.
Yes, go off. And it's also, I heard a lot of different ethnicities. I was wondering if it was heavily targeted, like, young white boys, based on what the media is portraying, right?
Of course,
but, like, it's, like, all different ethnicities, both genders, like, it's all that. I'm like, wow, okay, we are not picky.
I think he broke it down, and it was, like, 60-something% white, but then it was, like, 20% African-American and Hispanic, and then like 3% or something Asian too. I was like, fuck.
And I wonder too if it's like he got different preferences for different of his friends for these freak off parties. Like, that's where my head went. Like, it may not be, because we heard he was gay. Maybe not gay, but whatever. We don't care if you're gay or not. But he was sexually abusing boys.
Mostly men,
Mostly men and boys. And so I was surprised about all the female, but then I started thinking that it's probably because of, like, all of his friends. Like, he's just getting whoever they want. Like, I picture it like a brothel service, which is absolutely terrible. But I bet that's what it was like, honestly. So, anyways, that's coming soon.
Said they got 12,000 calls in just 24 hours on that hotline.
That is insane. I'm sure they're having to put together a lot to actually... But when they file the lawsuit, it'll be public. And you bet your ass I'm going to be reading that shit.
Hundreds of pages. Like, hundreds. Because they're going to have to put information, dates, all the details, locations, like...
Evidence
got to
of
be
all
fucked
of it.
up. Yeah.
I bet they're pulling phone records. They're going through social media, messages. They're probably going through everything.
Oh, yeah.
But this got people talking of who the Diddy of country music is. And before this even came out this week, Tisha, everyone was saying it was Garth Brooks. And I was like, no freaking way. No.
Yes, I'm devastated.
And then, boom, huge rape allegation comes out. Now, let's be real. It could be not true. It
100%.
could very well be not true. Based on what I've kind of heard, it seems pretty legit. But, you know, Amber Heard, Johnny Depp, we learned from that. Not every time anyone makes a crazy allegation that it's true. So, yeah, apparently it was very violently described and specific. So I'm like, either this girl has a very creative imagination or this really happened.
Like every writer that we read.
Yeah, like she could have read too many books like us. I don't know. But yeah, no, it's pretty vicious. It's his wife's makeup artist that would travel with them. So there's definitely time and place opportunity. But yeah, I will keep you guys posted as more comes out on that. Obviously, we both talk about concerts all the time and are very heartbroken because Garth Brooks still lives on as the best concert I've ever been to, in my opinion.
And I never got to go, and I'm devastated.
He's canceled now, girl.
Because this is not his first, it's not the first allegation made against him, and that's what makes it more real for me.
Yep.
And I hate it.
Have you heard the serial killer thing?
Yes.
I don't know.
That.
Do I even think it's him? No. But could it be a super fan or someone on his team? I mean, maybe it is him. But it's like every show he goes to, someone dies the same night or something. Like every time he travels.
Yeah, just disappears.
Disappears. And it's like, I mean, it's...
So there are literally signs at some of his concerts now. Where are the bodies, Garth?
Yeah. Like, and he's never really addressed it either, I don't think. I think that's what people... Like, he could come out and be like, guys, this is insane, or you guys are creative, I don't know. Like, he just never addresses it. And I'm like, his social media manager or whatever, marketing team, I don't even know what they're called, should give him some script to read or post on social media or something.
Yeah, because no response is a response.
It really is. You can't just ignore it, especially when you're like one of the most popular country singers of all time.
Yeah. And I mean, just performed at the Biden inauguration 4 years ago. So
yeah.
My allergies are killing me in my eyeball today.
Oh no. So she has a Forrest Whitaker situation going on over there. Just leave her alone.
Yeah, it's bad.
I get like that where one of my eyes will just start blinking. I can barely even wink, and it'll just start blinking, and Jesse, my husband, will be like, "What's up, Forrest?" And I'm like, "Shut up."
That's so mean.
Yeah. Okay, a couple more topics to get through before we jump into the X-Hex. This one's short, sweet, and delightful. Princess Diaries 3 is happening! And the way that Anne Hathaway announced it, shut up. I died. It was so excited.
Yes.
So, yep, we will be there.
Do we want to get into this? Because it's going to be
Let's talk about this next time.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a lot. We're preview, guys. Wear your tinfoil hats next week.
Yes.
Because we have some controversial opinions. And we're going to share them with you.
Yeah.
And you may hate us or you may love us, but we are who we are.
It might be what gets us canceled. We keep saying that, and hopefully every time we foreshadow with that, it doesn't happen.
Well, we have to be super popular to get canceled, so maybe this will make us super popular because, no press is bad press, right?
Sure.
Your face.
Oh my gosh. But, yeah, so that's something to look forward to.
Yep. We're ready. Okay, let's get into the X-Hex. Let's get in the meat and taters here. Okay, X-Hex, we already talked about Erin Sterling, pin name for Rachel Hawkins, which, just learned today, both of us. We're excited about that.
Spoilers for the book.
Spoilers for the book. Yeah, we picked this book because it's pretty popular on the social medias and on Bookstagram, Book Talk, Facebook groups. I think people just like the witchy, spooky vibes. What was your rating? I know you said you had a hot take.
I gave it a 3, just because that's what I'm starting to give basically everything that doesn't just make me cry or I want to read it again immediately. It's decent. It's not horrible by any means. It's a cute, quick read, kind of whimsical, funny, a little bit of spice, but not oh my gosh, I have to read it again. next month because it's so good and so funny or spicy or any of the things.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it was quick, easy read, probably a good little quick filler if you're wanting to, get some spooky stuff in this month. Not I said there's spice, but not a lot. Like it wasn't completely fade to black, but it wasn't like as much as some. So I'd say it was like a good middle for maybe like a starter romance reader, a starter smut reader. So if you're listening and you're looking for like, okay, I'm not ready for Haunting Adeline, Credence, The Lost Boy, Vicious Lost Boys. If you ain't ready for that, like start here. This is good. Like there's some banter, some angst.
Yeah.
But it's not so much that you feel like you're really dirty,
Yeah.
I have a question though. What happened to Reese's betrothed? The whole reason the bitch hexed him was because he was going back to Wales. They said jack shit about it. What happened to her? Did he dump her ass or what?
That's what I'm thinking because like he was betrothed. Obviously that's chosen by his parents. Or dad in this case. I don't know. She just fucking vanished. I'm like, did you do something to her? Did you just break it off? There was no like detail of that.
Yeah, no, there wasn't. And I'm almost done with the second book and it's still not addressed because I thought that. And then when the second book popped up like to read next, I'm like, oh, okay, they're going to address it here. The second book isn't even about them. It's about the cousin.
Okay. I kind of thought maybe.
Yeah, it's about her cousin and another gentleman. And so I thought maybe they'll like address it in some way. I have an hour left and they haven't, so I doubt they do.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering what happened to that. Like I feel like it's kind of a plot hole.
Yeah. Maybe we need to at Rachel, Erin, be like, hey, what happened? Just to wrap that up for me.
Yeah, just like a quick little answer would be great. Yeah, so don't know about that. I will say I want to visit this town. It sounds super cool.
Yeah.
It gives it's Salem vibes.
Yeah, that's the kind of vibe I got from it, especially because they do, the town. It's like a fall festival, basically.
Yeah.
And he has to come and like recharge the lines and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, I don't know. Is it in northern Alabama or northern Georgia?
Georgia,
I thought so. Because he flew into Atlanta and drove up.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, southern little town. And I'm trying to think, everywhere I've been in Georgia just very much gives you that like down home feeling. So even being somewhere that would have a cave, like I can imagine it just being very cute and rustic feeling, like old timey.
Kind of gives Gilmore Girls as well, but witchy.
Yeah.
Just a small town. Yeah,
I think that was one of the things I saw on TikTok was like, if you like Gilmore Girls, but also like, what's the, not Supernatural, but there's another like Charmed. That's what.
Charmed. Yep.
If you like Gilmore Girls and Charmed, this kind of combines the two. I was like, I kind of see it. Yeah.
Yeah. And the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which it's a paper book, so I'm not. I got to read some. I went to the doctor with Jesse Thursday, and I got to read about an hour. But it's like, did you ever watch Parks and Rec?
Yes.
So when they'd have those ridiculous town hall meetings and like everyone would complain about the stupidest shit? Like that is going on in Pumpkin Spice. I was literally audibly laughing out loud in a quiet doctor waiting room, and I was like, okay, I'm actually really it's like Gilmore Girls. The girl inherits a coffee shop though, and it's called the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. And then she like goes to the town meeting to meet everyone, and the mayor's like, I had a dream about, and everyone was like, oh god, and it was just like giving that. But also, like, they all knew each other. They showed up. The coffee. They're all zombies. They don't have coffee because she's not. I'm like, oh my god, this is Lorelai Gilmore. This is Stars Hollow. This is Parks and Rec. This is Leslie Knope. I was like, literally, you'll really like it. Apparently it gets really spicy too. Anyways, haven't gotten to that yet. Side note.
My coworker like, I mean, obviously when we like introduced ourselves, I was like, I like reading. So she's talked to me a little bit about it. She said that she just read The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. And I was like, oh, my co-host is reading that. And she's like, well, if you ever want to borrow it. I was like, okay, thanks.
That's nice. That's a good start.
Yeah, she's sweet.
Good. We love sweet coworkers.
Yes.
Okay. Who was your favorite character and who was your least favorite character? I know mine. The dad. I hate the dad.
Oh, yeah. I feel like that's kind of a given. Just because he's the whole reason they had to break up and created all of this chaos. I think, I don't know. I didn't love the main characters, either of them.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I kind of like the side characters, as we usually do. The aunt.
The aunt was my favorite, too.
Yeah.
I liked her. She
Aunt
was
Elaine.
Sassy and fun.
Yes.
I do kind of want to visit the mansion, though. I just feel like the gothic decor they're describing seems dope.
Yeah.
Least favorite was the dad. I also really didn't like the professor lady.
Yeah.
Like the snobby.
Oh, I kind of liked the one that like got them all in the bigger trouble with the candle.
Oh yeah, like the little hustler.
Yeah.
I hated her for a second, but then I was like, when she was like, "Take it, please," I'm like, "Yo, you're funny." Yeah.
She's like, I've sold dozens of these, and nothing like this has happened before.
Yeah. No, I thought that was hilarious too. That was a good little villain. I do think that the breakup portion, there's always that they get together, dramatic breakup, one of them okay. I think, my opinion, I'm not an author, it could have been better if they had the betrothed come back in the picture.
Yes, 100%. That would have made it just that much more like twisted. Like,
yeah, and it's like they maybe not even betrothed anymore, but the dad is not liking what's going on and just sends her back into town. And Vivi sees them together and makes assumptions and then goes off the rails again. That would have been like optimal drama.
Yes. Yeah.
It would have annoyed me, but they all do. Communication issues annoy me.
Yes.
Okay, who's your fan cast?
That's what I was just looking at. I actually like Nicole Kidman for Aunt Elaine.
Okay, I can see it. Yeah, okay.
And then Sean Bean for Reese's father.
No, I like him way too much to make him a bad guy. That is Lord Stark of House Winterfell, right? It's the same guy I'm talking about. Yeah, no, I like him too much to be a bad guy, and he always dies in everything he plays. What about Tywin Lannister as Reese's dad? You don't see it?
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
He just looks
100%.
witchy.
Yeah. Witchy, mean.
Yeah.
And then this one has Lucy Boynton as Gwen.
As Gwen? Okay. Lucy. How do you spell Boy? Oh, B-O-Y. Got it. She'd have to dye her hair. I think she has pink hair. Okay, I could see it. She kind of looks like Emma Roberts.
Yeah.
Emma Roberts plays spooky shit well.
Yes. But like this one, she's got more of the kind of pointy features, kind of like Nicole Kidman.
Yeah. What about Vivi?
Oh, where'd you go? Elsie Hewitt.
Okay. I can see it. Pointy features as well. Maybe this person really went with a theme.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the prime Reese.
They have Callum Turner.
I'm not vibing with that, but he wasn't my favorite character. I know him from The Last Letter to Your Lover. Did you ever watch that? Yeah. With Shailene Woodley?
Yeah.
He's also in all the Fantastic Beasts movies.
Or they have Finn Whitrock. And I think I prefer that one.
Finn
Whitrock. He's from American Horror Story.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he is from American Horror Story.
Yeah. Dandy.
He's also in Halloween Town. Hi.
Yes.
That one. Okay, yeah, I see him being Reese. Do they have the brothers on there?
No.
Okay. Okay. All right. Anything else to add to the X-Hex? Pretty quick, easy, short read. Not a lot of substance there.
No.
Okay.
That's it.
So,
yeah. So next week we will discuss Butcher and Blackbird. Yeah, that's
yeah.
Be sure to go follow our socials: Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook only.
And LinkedIn, just kidding.
Open booked on all the platforms, and be sure to subscribe or follow us on YouTube, or both. And that's it. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.